Well, here I am at Astrofest, actually on day 2 on the Saturday, and I'm with Charles here from the Vice Chair of Swindon Stargazers. Actually, I met Charles outside yesterday morning when Ed and I came, so we're both back for more for day 2. What do you think of day 1, Charles?
Yeah, very good. If you want to spend lots of money, it's the ideal place to be. Flash your credit cards around.
So did you do that yesterday? Did you buy anything?
Well, I said I've chosen my apartment here in Kensington. It's only £4.5 million, but a snip at the price, you know. But
does it come with an observatory?
I don't think so. No, I think yeah, you'd have to pay extra for that. But yes, I'm vice chairman of the Swindon Stargazers. We're a relatively new club. We started about 5-6 years ago. In Swindon, where I live, there's long been a need for astronomical society to set up.
So have many of those Swindon Stargazers come, or is it just yourself this time?
No, I've only seen myself actually, but I always live in hope, you know. But I think one of the things that puts them off is the high charges of parking around this area, which can be quite horrendous.
Of course, that's right. You're coming each day, aren't you? So what were the highlights for you yesterday of the of Astrofest?
Well, I think certainly the last talk we had of the day yesterday with the 3D images. And like everyone else, I'm trying to remember what their name is, but of course I haven't got a program in front of me. But no, I think it was very good. I think we had a good variety of talks, and in fact we're going to have another good variety today.
So you're looking forward to it?
Yes. We have Dr. Stuart Clark, and she's now Professor Lucy Green. Yeah. Thank you for prompting me. Who is chairing the conference today?
Peter Lawrence Paul yesterday, so that was rather embarrassing.
Yes, Pete. Actually, it was nice to see Pete Lawrence here yesterday, giving a resume of the sky. Hopefully, if we get any clear skies over the next 12 months.
That's right. I hope that Mercury transit clears anyway. Definitely. We've got an event arranged then.
Yeah, it's about the 9th of May, isn't it? Something like that, yeah. We pray for clear skies. That's right. But there's no guarantee we will get them.
Okay. Well, we see the people here starting to queue up. We're only 8:30 at the moment, so we're a little bit early. But I'm expecting by 9 o'clock the queue will be coming down that steps ahead of us, down to roughly where we are at the moment. So we're in for a very busy day, I think. The retailers yesterday didn't seem to have quite so much kit as previously, although the thing that stood out for me was that solar telescopes seemed to have dropped in price like a stone, and I think the quark, the Daystar quark, I'm sure has to blame for that. But apart from that, I found only one rummage box. That's all I could find through the whole place.
Oh right, yes.
We only had one book reseller. We normally have 2.
Yeah.
Yesterday, Brian May was signing copies of his books. Don't know how he's signing today. Yeah. I don't know. No Brian Cox.
But certainly, there's a point about the solar.
Sorry there, Charles. Look, here we are. We've got the crew. Hello. Starting to turn up. Either that or some of the exhibitors.
Certainly about the solar telescopes, I noticed quite a drop in price actually, that the price had been offered at yesterday. But come to Astrofest and come and have a good time and spend lots of money and some very good talks as well.
Fantastic.
I can't recommend it highly enough.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Charles.
Clear skies to everybody.
Thanks, Charles.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. No,
You found something interesting there in the white
we are representing.
Oh, just looking at the flip mirrors.
The same like.
All right.
If he would be.
This is to go with the new camera you bought, is it?
Yeah, certainly is.
Okay.
So I'm going round the stands.
Yes.
Trying to
Skywatches.
see the new thing. It's of interest.
Reminds me of the scope I've got, an Equinox 120 on the HG5 Pro. As I said, it's do provide some of the most useful telescopes available. over here.
Brian May is signing his books and stereo cards in the Great Hall. If you'd like to get a book or one of his stereo astronomy card sets signed, then please go to stand 30 to buy your book or your stereo cards, and you can see Brian.
Could I have your pin? Thank you.
Previously, why the Celestron didn't produce a wedge for the 6-inch and 8-inch telescope, and Simon at the Widescreen Centre asked me to design and build one. And this is the finished product of it. Took about 2 months development and building.
Useful, isn't it?
Yeah, I built them 10, so we have some here to sell. You know.
Nicer than the scope.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. That's a good accolade. Thanks very much.
That's a good. It's gorgeous. Very good for the orange and the orange and black to fit in with like.
Colour's perfect.
Absolutely. So how much does one of those cost?
I'm not sure. Do you know? I don't know what they're selling it for. Something about £300.
You probably get a fiver, is that right?
Oh, probably get at least a fiver. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. Anyway, thank you. Thank you. Of course.
You all?
Hello, I got Tassilo again, Explore Scientific.
Hello. Hello again.
Each time I come.
Yeah, I love it.
Talk us through what you got here at Astrofest.
Yeah, well, we basically have a selection of our new items from the Bresser Messier range, which is a new Maxitov. The Capricorn that we've brought a short full lens Acromat and others. This is the complete new line for with the new 2.5 hexafoc. Then we have the new Revelation 12-inch Dobsonian here.
I just noticed that with a rather quite nice metal altitude bearing.
Yes, that's a point that you have an adjustable brake system here that allows smooth operation, and this is giving you a much more stable observing platform than just with small side widths.
Yeah, indeed.
Here we have the Bresser 8-inch, which was reviewed in the Sky at Night magazine, with a large altitude bearing that can also be removed to use the optical tube assembly on a equatorial mount for astrophotography. It also comes with a big focuser, 5-inch, so that it's fitted for astrophotography if you put it on a mount. And then we have our new top-of-the-line refractor, 165 millimeters, 3-lens air-spaced Apo in carbon fiber tube with a 3-inch feather touch focuser, which is currently top of our Apo line with the central FPL 53 element. Yeah, well, we are this year we are going to have more Apos even. So we will be having 6 lines of apochromatic telescopes within the next 4 months. We will, to our current lines, which will be continued to be sold, we have a new Mark III carbon fiber line with the same optical data, but with the FCD 100 glass from Hoya, which gives an even better color correction. And we have the Essential line will also get a new version that has the 2.5-inch hexafoc in it.
So what's the difference between the two that you've got there? There's a black one and a white one.
We have the carbon fiber Apo here. We have a carbon fiber Apo and we have an aluminium tube Apo.
Right.
The carbon fiber version comes with a very, very good case. It comes with a 2-inch 99% reflection diagonal. So this is a complete set. The optical system is the same. It's a 3-lens air-spaced apochromat, but this is no case, no accessories, aluminium tube. The real difference is the tubing and the accessories between those two.
What about the focusers? Are they the same as each?
The focusers are nearly the same. It's a Crayford style focuser in here with 2-inch, and we have a rack and pinion here, but of a comparable quality. So the focusers are not that much different. The new generation will all have the Hexafoc 2.5-inch as standard equipment. Those have the 2-inch regular focusers.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
This seems a very interesting device for keeping your iPhone or other smartphone connected to your binoculars. It allows you to use it as a finder. Hi, I'm here with Ian King from Ian King Imaging. Hi Ian, thanks very much for speaking to me.
My pleasure.
Have you brought anything special along to Astrofest this year?
I think the best thing I've bought is the 10 micron GM2000.
Which one's that?
That's the big large mount at the end with the Celestial.
Okay.
The latest encoder-based mount.
Excuse me, that's one I picked it up. Sorry.
It's the latest encoder-based mount. It'll track to half an arc-second of accuracy. It'll take 30-minute unguided exposures with 3-meter focal length telescopes.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what else have you brought along with you today?
We have the normal range of CCD cameras, filters, Takahashi refractors, all sorts of astro imaging accessories.
Oh no, fantastic. Wish I could own some of these. Well, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Have a great Astrofest.
Yep, thanks. Enjoy the show.
Wait, I don't know if you remember me, but yeah, I bought an FSQ 85 off you just a few months ago. Actually.
Yeah. How you getting on?
I was looking at buying the Parliament actually.
Yeah, well, the MX or the Vita?
Well, I'm not quite sure yet. I was
Yeah.
looking for a bit of advice maybe.
I mean, they're identical. They're just the MX is just
It's
bigger,
just a bit
stronger. Yeah.
So I'm here with Robin Rees of the London Stereoscopic Company, and that's the company that publishes Brian May's 3D books. So he's got a few new ones out, hasn't he?
We've always got one in the pipeline and a couple on the go, and it's not to do with astronomy, but a lot of people coming here find stereo pretty absorbing, and this has just arrived from Hong Kong and called crinoline, which is this very strange Victorian fashion for massive frocks that, as you can see, gentlemen could hide under if they were so inclined.
That's right. And we've got one on the Poor Man's Paintings.
Poor Man's Picture Gallery. These are paintings from the Tate, which again were restaged by Victorian stereo photographers, using people to make up the scenes that the great Victorian artists had painted. But ordinary people couldn't look at them because they'd been private commissions or they couldn't get to London or whatever. So photography formed a way of sort of democratising art at the time.
And finally, we've got this one, which is the one that Brian May mentioned yesterday.
Okay, this is Diablerie. This is our bestseller. This is completely balmy. It's full of skeletons, the devil, but it's actually a satire of Napoleon III. But it's quite rock and roll, so it's actually been a huge seller here and in the States. But we have astronomy books as well. We have Bang in its Brian's book Bang in its fifth incarnation as a paperback.
Right.
Probably the last version of it. You know, you go down in size and price till every bit of the market is covered. And Brian's now written 7 books and he's just completing his 8th. So
we've got The Cosmic Tourist, Starmus,
And most mysterious of all, Brian's thesis, which has just vanished.
Oh, right, okay,
But
yes.
that for an entirely academic work.
Yes.
That's been selling like mad. Somebody bought it for his granny.
Theory. I wonder if she ever read it.
I don't think anyone's going to read it. It's too esoteric, but it's quite an unusual thing to have.
Thanks very much.
And I'll sell you one in a minute, Andrew. Okay.
I'm here with Pascal from Telescope House, and we're just looking at the Lunt telescopes with some amazing prices there. A Lunt LS50 for only £868 at Astrofest this weekend. Pascal, are you been able to see a lot of interest? I noticed at the store here. That be translating into sales?
What should I say? So the telescopes at the moment are very famous. So at the moment we're beginning to sell the smaller telescopes, the 35 millimeters, until they are out of stock. So because Lund decided to replace them with a 50 millimeter. It's a 50 millimeter telescope with a pressure tuner system. The new system we introduced several years ago, and with a helical focuser, and it's a really good price for a 50 millimeter telescope. And so that's a new beginning of the Sun telescope assortment. And the next step would be a 60 millimeter with a tilting filter, with pressure tuner, with feather touch focuser, so with different blocking filter. Then we have calcium K-line, and we go up to 230 millimeter sun telescopes. They are really huge, 9-inch unobstructed optics, and so that's our product range, and it's really famous. It's working very fine, and if the weather conditions are fine, you can use it every day.
Indeed, yeah. So this is the 50 millimeter Lund here, and that's the pressure tuner on the side, is it? Okay. So, how does a pressure tuner work?
A pressure tuner is compared to the normal tilting filter system, and it's in a closed air chamber. That means you have the possibility, while turning the screw here, to change the air pressure inside the chamber. That because of the changed air pressure, the refraction of the light is changing. So that's how you tune the exact wavelengths of the H-alpha line to, for example, use or to have a look to prominences or sunspots. So because the air pressure here on sea level or on a mountain is different, so it's a possibility to tune it. And the good thing on it is there's no mechanics inside. There's no glass that has to be tilted, so we have no reflections, no ghost images. The picture is very homogeneous, very clear and sharp, and especially for a double stack filter, you can just add a double stack filter with tilting filter, and it's working absolutely fine. And if you have a tilting filter system, you have to match it, because we have two tilting filters that has been fit together and to reduce ghost images, and for example. So it's a really...
Sorry, so you're talking about a PST there?
For example, but the tilting filter here at the moment we have the 60 millimeter. This is the tilting filter system 2, and at the moment the 35 millimeter, but we are replacing it with a 50 millimeter.
So the top white one is the 60 millimeter one with the tilting filter.
Yes, but it's very famous too because of the price. It's starting at about 1,300, 1,400 pounds. So it's very famous too, because the pressure tuner costs about 200 pounds more than the tilting filter system. So there is a difference in the price, but sure it's a difference in the quality. So yeah, depends on how much money you want to spend.
So that sounds like it makes the LS50 a particularly good deal, because you've got pressure tuner in it.
Absolutely, you have a complete perfect telescope with the high quality of the pressure tuner system, and it's very light, so especially for photo tripods it's perfect. And for taking images it's a little bit tricky because of the helical focuser. They are a little bit reduced in the focus focus area, but you have the possibility to screw directly on this T2 thread a DSLR camera or 1.25 inch. You can adapt digital camera. Especially very famous are small CCD cameras, and so it's all possible. Depends on how much how big the blocking filter is, and so it depends on the size of the camera. So, but it's a good start, absolutely. It's very famous. We are a lot of times out of stock because it's so famous, and so it's working fine, absolutely.
Well, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.